Okay. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the lost episode. No, I'm kidding. It's not the. Okay, I'm gonna start over. Oh my god. Okay. Jeez. Hello, and welcome to Between Knits and Purls. Long time no chat. I'm one of your co-hosts, Emily. You can find me on Instagram and Ravelry as Anders Mill Knits. You can find me on audio podcasts as Little Cabin Knits, and I'll end there, and then I'll add in
all the other places. And I'm Stephanie, you guys. I am Farnstead Knits on Ravelry and Instagram, and it is 19 degrees, and we got 6 inches of snow in Kentucky last night. So I'm thrilled.
You've got to be. I mean, I saw the pictures you posted on Instagram this morning. I was like, yes.
And it's a really light, dusty, fluffy snow. So it is blowing sideways right now. It's about 19 degrees outside.
So no snowman making
by tomorrow because it's supposed to be 75 degrees by Monday. So
well, it's 33 degrees here now. I mean, we are having the strangest weather. It's just insane. And it is I asked Stephanie to send me pictures of her snow because my outside right now, there's no taking pretty pictures right now. Yeah. It's just gross. Yeah. But in other news, you can find us on Ravelry. We have a Between Knits and Purls Ravelry group. And technically, I post there for both the audio podcast of Little Cabin Knits and for Between Knits and Purls. It's just easier.
It's easier.
You know?
It's just easier.
Yeah. Sure. And you can find all the show notes on betweenknitsandpurls.com.
Yes.
So
this is not a good light today. I don't know what is going on.
I know you're kind of grayed out, and I've got a glare going on.
I swear.
We just spent over 20 minutes trying to just technical difficulties. But I told Steph, I was like, after a year and a couple months, I think this is the first time we've ever had technical difficulties.
Yeah,
so.
We've always used this platform that you have, and it's super easy. So I think I had to use my work computer because my home computer was just not having it today. So,
well, if it makes you feel any better, I feel like I can hear you better on this new computer. So,
well, maybe we'll just do that.
Yeah, because I've been having to do my earbuds because in the past when we've recorded, I couldn't hear you at all. And I was always interrupting you. So
you're fine.
Yep. Well, I think the only kind of knit along, which we're not calling really a knit along, we're calling a project along that we have going on right now is the Project Down Along. That is technically being hosted by Little Cabin Knits, but
we can share that here. That's fine.
Yeah. So, but we've got, if you guys want to know about all the really cool prizes, we've got a lot of prizes, and
they're beautiful too. And the options that you guys are being afforded with these different prizes are pretty cool too.
Yes. And so I highly suggest going to, again, Between Knits and Purls so you can see all of the episode 55 is the last time I posted all of the prizes. From here on out, I'm not going to keep posting.
What are you drinking today?
Water with some Snapple Diet Peach Iced Tea in it. What about you? Yeah.
Water. I'm super boring today. But it's also, it never fails. Like when it snows, the air is dry.
Yeah.
Super dry. And I'm just like, I can't get enough water.
I know. It's always like that. But I will say that I am cheating a little bit because I begged my husband to go get me a Diet Mountain Dew before we started recording.
Hey!
So we've got that too.
That's good. That's good.
So we have a lot to catch up on because it's been 4 weeks.
3?
4 weeks?
4?
3, 4 weeks? I don't even know. So I'm going to let you go first because I feel so overwhelmed by everything.
So my week, it was spring break for the college that I work at. So I don't get spring break because I am staff and not faculty. So we were here. Spring break was here for the baseball boys. My husband, like I said before, is a collegiate head baseball coach. So we had to, I think we had four games, 5 games in this week.
On spring break?
Yes, long as we pack them all in, get as many as we can do, and we do it. So, and then we have to feed them all. So I've been cooking a lot. I told Emily just before I got on, I said, well, I just finished with 4 crock pots full of chili and 12 dozen cornbread muffins and toppings to go on everything. So I'm done. Cafeteria opens back up tomorrow for brunch. So I'm done.
Okay. Cause I'm just like, I don't know how you're doing that on top. Cause I mean, I know for years you've been doing this kind of thing, but that was not when I
was working. No,
exactly.
I don't know at the moment how I'm doing that, but we'll just go with it.
But you can tell how dedicated that you are to your husband's team, and
they're a great group of kids. And it honestly, it's just one way for me to serve them and to, do what I can for them. So it's fun though. We enjoy it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
But how are things going with you guys around like the coronavirus and stuff? Are you guys going back to no masks now or what?
So our college is officially no masks, and I'm super excited.
Yeah.
It's a little nerve-wracking, I gotta say, just because we've been in a mask for so long. My husband and I chose to get vaccinated, which was our choice. Our numbers are going down, so that's a great thing, because for a long time, Kentucky has been very, very high in the red for a long time. Yeah. So I think the kids will be excited. I think we're going to try. We've got a month and a half left. I think we have 6 or 7 weeks till graduation. So we're really trying to push for a good end of the semester and make it worthwhile for the kids as best as we can and as safely as we can. So
yeah. And do you guys have summer semester as well, or
we offer summer semesters at our college? Okay. Yeah, we do.
So. I think every college seems to do that now. Like there's never really, or is there spring and then summer? No.
Well, and they're condensed if they're in the summer, I mean, everything now is an online option.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. But I've got some seeds started. My tomatoes and peppers are in trays in the house on my grow racks. What else? I have broccoli, celery, bok choy.
Ooh.
Something else. Oh, all my seed onions. So all my little onions are popping out right now. So
yeah. And then you had to do an emergency kind of fix the garlic from last summer harvest. Huh?
I did. So we typically grow our own garlic, and we harvest it, we dry it, and then we use it throughout the year. I got a few. I was digging in my bin just to kind of check things as I do, and some of my sprouts started sprouting up, so I needed to use them or lose them. So I made some homemade minced garlic, and I wish I could have sent some to Emily because it was so aromatic and fragrant, and you can't even buy it in the store that way. It was so good. So,
oh, that sounds amazing.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, there's no way. I mean, I bought the Christmas tree, the live Christmas tree. We can never hang anything on the little trees that I buy at Christmas time. To plant, and I'm officially calling that Jimmy's tree. So, but that's going to be the only thing I plant this year. I can't imagine.
You've got other things you're taking care of at the moment.
Yeah. So,
speaking of other things, how are you? What's going on with you?
I don't know. I might cry, just so everybody knows. It's not
emotional being pregnant. It just
yes. But we've lost 2 family members. We lost Grandma, Jeremy's grandma, which here is. I mean, doesn't she look like a movie star in this photo? Yeah. Whoa, we're having an earthquake.
No.
Yeah.
Are you? Oh my! I saw the camera move.
Yeah. Well, there you go. It was just a little shaky shake. So, but it was nice. It was kind of like, this one felt kind of like we kind of just went back and forth, and then it kind of just settled down just like that. So we'll probably have another one in a second here. Yeah. But there you go, Alaska.
Yeah.
You guys just saw an actual real live how I usually react when we have earthquakes, because you have to pause, think to yourself, is this going to be one where I need to run?
Right.
And I determined by the slow moving of it that I was okay.
Yeah.
So,
well, and I grew up in Southern California, so we had earthquakes. Right. I lived through that awful quake of '89 on the San Andreas Fault. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, not here to talk about earthquakes.
Yeah, but so yes. So okay, so we lost Grandma, but I mean, she's just absolutely gorgeous. Beautiful. Yes. So we had that memorial, and then we lost my Uncle John a week and a half ago, I think, maybe a little longer. And so we then had that funeral. I don't have a picture of Uncle John. Maybe I'll put one up here. But he was a tried and true Irishman. Like, he was born and raised in County Kildane. No, I'm going to get it wrong.
I don't know how to say it. I say it wrong every time. If you don't mind my asking, what was his passing related to?
Natural causes as well. He is super old. He was actually so my Aunt Elaine married a man who was at least 30 odd years older than her.
Oh, okay.
She was a nurse in England when they met, and she had just determined that she had waited a long time, and she wanted to just marry somebody that was really strong in the gospel. And she met my Uncle John, and it wasn't like they fell in love with each other. It was that they determined that they both had the same life goals and values. So they married, and love grew from there.
Isn't it sometimes such a different culture from when our grandparents and people, they had different values and they saw things differently than people do now. And I swear, if we still stuck with it, there'd probably be more people married today.
Probably. I'll be honest. I mean, my mom and dad were sort of like that, but not really. My parents both met, and they had the same value system, and they were members of the same church. And that had a big impact on them deciding to marry each other. But I'll just be honest, my dad was a hunk and my mom was drop dead gorgeous. So they wanted each other in every way.
That's so cute.
Yeah. So, but it was really fun because yesterday, actually, I went and picked up, I spent over $200 on my dog's food yesterday.
What?
Because he has to have this special diet food. Bubs, you want to show everybody your beautiful face?
For his diabetes, right?
Yes, there's his face. Yes, you're like, Mom, seriously? Come on.
Right? He's like, I'm so unamused right now.
Yep. But, I mean, buying his dog food nowadays is $200, and it's just absolutely astounding. Yeah, and doesn't seem to last very long.
Well,
but he's doing so much better. But I had to push to get him on this food, and that's really annoying to me that I had to advocate so strongly for my own dog, when the vet should have noticed that anyway. So, but other than that, I have just been working incredibly long hours, and we're working on the house, and so it's been really emotional. It's been actually really difficult. I went to my OB yesterday. I was texting you all about this.
Yeah.
Because I was really shaken after I left my OB, because she said that my physical health is not doing well. My baby's, Jimmy, is doing great.
Right.
But I'm not doing well. Mm-hmm. And so she's like, so now I'm back to, I can't lift anything above 5 pounds. Including Watson, because he's 20 pounds.
Right. And it's so funny because you don't think of things being heavy because you do them all the time.
Exactly. Yep. I am not. She told me that I either A, have to go part-time at work, or B, she's gonna put me on medical leave. Right. And we can't afford that right now, so I'm really scared, but we're trying to figure it out. My dad has this amazing leather recliner.
Ooh.
I'm not really a recliner kind of person.
Well, you might just become one.
Right? Yeah. So my parents are, they're snowbirds. And so yesterday I asked my dad if I could borrow his leather recliner until they returned, which they're returning like a week and a half before the babies do.
Smart.
So,
Smart.
yeah. So Dad said, absolutely, just
Oh.
protect it from Watson's claws.
I'll throw a sheet over it.
Yep. So we're trying. So on top of everything else we're doing, Jeremy's goal is to finish the flooring in the what's going to be now the baby room / office.
Okay.
This weekend.
Okay. So Jeremy has started the flooring in room 2. You can see our leveling spots. Not too many in this room, just really 2. And the yellow is up. So Jeremy his goal is to get this done before the end of the weekend.
Did you guys finish up your room?
Yes and no. So the flooring's done. We're all moved in.
Okay.
But it still looks like a junkyard because we have no place to put things while we're working on the other room.
Yeah.
So at the moment I don't have any pictures up in that room. I got new curtains, but we desperately need new blinds.
Yeah.
And so I'm waiting. Like, these things are just so freaking expensive. I tried to go get blinds the other day, and one blind was going to cost me, I think it was over $180 just for one. And I'm like, well, I need 4. I can't do this right now.
That's
so, yeah. So we're doing what we can. We're gonna chip away at it until the baby's born.
Good. But you're not going to lift anything over 5 pounds.
Right. Jeremy is being very good about that with me. So
I could see that. I could see him getting on you for that.
Yeah. Even this morning, Watson wanted on the bed. And so usually Watson can't, the bed's way too high for Watson. And so we usually kind of, he'll kind of put his paws up on the bed and then we'll scoop him from his butt onto it.
Yeah.
And so I was doing that and Jeremy's like, you're not supposed to do that.
Sorry.
I was like, it's just a little scoop. I mean, come on. But I did have my hip was out at one point during this break. And, the whole Ukraine thing is really gotten me really emotional. We have family over there. And my brother-in-law, it's his family. And so he tries to keep us in the loop, but what is it? Internet connection and texting and cellular service is not great. And so, but for now, we know that they're remaining in the Ukraine for now, and we're trying to get a care package together for them to get it to them, but we're not.
That's just
not hopeful.
I mean, it just, no matter how you slice it, it's awful. There's no other word for it. It is awful for humanity, for them, for what they are having to endure for no reason. That's not fair.
No.
Ugh, it's just
and you and I have talked about this in the past where we try and stay out of any kind of political talk.
We do.
With the whole knitting community political talk that's happened in the last 2 years, we've stayed pretty quiet.
I think we have, but I think it's fair to say that we're sending love, support, prayer, and on our own sides, doing what we can to help support people.
Yes, and so normally I stay quiet about this, but I don't know. Like, I just feel differently about this situation in the Ukraine. Like, I feel like me staying silent would be a betrayal to
your family,
and the world. And so it's not that I'm out there trying to push an agenda or anything like that, but you guys will see that I am posting little snippets here and there on my news updates. Yeah. But and then I'm just super upset about everything that's going on in Florida and Texas around the gay rights, and just because how would I feel if if here in Alaska all of a sudden we weren't allowed to use the word gay when referring to a set of individuals. Like, my brother is silently but silently gay, married to a wonderful man, and I just I'm appalled at these things. And I've been noticing though that people have been not unfollowing me on Instagram and stuff, but they have been sending some strong messages, private messages to me. And I want you to know that because of my posts about the gay rights and the Ukrainian thing and how we as a United States are responding to that, when I post those things, I don't make a comment on those things.
Mhm.
I'm like kind of passing on news.
Mhm.
And the messages that are so hateful that are coming at me on private messages, I just want you to know that that's not right. Don't if you send me a hateful message, I'm going to block you immediately. Like, I don't care if we've been friends via the knitting community for a long time. You will no longer, I will not engage in that kind of rhetoric.
That's fair to say.
So I just kind of wanted to put that out there because it's been really surprising to me, the venom that some people are having around this. And it's made me very sad. So
there's not enough time in the day to be cruel, people. Let's just say it. There's not enough time in the day. Be positive. Be the reason that somebody smiles today, please.
Exactly. Yep.
Anyway.
So I look so fat right now.
You're pregnant.
Yeah, but I gained less than 10 pounds. And oh my God.
It just says it. You wait till the end. You wait till the end and you get that brown pregnancy face. I had it twice.
I was going to say, my eyes will disappear. Sorry, I just wanted to
wonderful. It will be wonderful and you'll be excited and your baby will be here and it'll all be worth it in the end. It will.
Yes, that's exactly what that's how we got to think about these things. So I think that's about enough to say about that. I think. Sure. And so moving on, I guess maybe to start things off, if we can start with our FOs, I'm going to show you.
Yes.
So hold on.
Oh, I did want to say really quick to our viewers who have been following us over in the Ravelry group for the Not for Emily's Eyes post. Thank you all for your engagement. Thank you all for your contact with me.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Find out later.
Yes, so exactly. I don't know what you guys are doing, but you're cute. I don't know what you guys are doing, but you're cute.
No,
so
I just throw it in there. So there we go. What did you finish this week or the last 3 weeks?
I know, right? Well, the first thing I wanted to show is my Dove of Peace fingerless mitts. That is a free pattern.
Beautiful.
Yep. And I'm working on like every member of my family, and we're talking 20 plus people.
That is so generous. That is such a. Now, was it a mitten pattern originally, and you just made it into fingerless?
No. It was actually a fingerless mitt pattern originally, and so I have the link to the free pattern on Ravelry there. It's just to warn you. So she does have a way to make a thumb. I just decided not to make the thumb.
Especially if you're making the amount that you're making.
Yep. But there are extremely long floats in here, so I had to do a lot of catches.
Yeah.
So, but it worked out really well. So I'm on my. I'll show you later, but I'm on my second pair. So those
are beautiful. What did you knit those in?
So these are knit out of. Hold on. Oh, I lost some of the yarn. Hold on.
That's all right.
So these are knit out of.
Yarn down.
I know, it's going everywhere.
Right.
Loops and Threads Impeccable.
Oh yeah.
And just so you guys know, I went to Michael's and got this yarn, and they're having a buy two get one free sale. So I got all the yarn for, I don't even know how many mitts I'll get out of this, for less than $9.
Oh, what a great price.
Because you need 3 colors.
That's a great price point.
Yeah. And so now this is worsted, and the pattern calls for DK. So my mitts are coming out a little bigger
Are you going to go down a needle size on the next one, maybe?
No, I actually I really like the way they fit and the way they feel. I like that they're a little roomy. So, and then I also figure for the men folk in the family,
Right.
they'll fit just fine. And for us women folk,
Yeah.
so you'll see, it's just a little roomy. Like I've got.
It's not bad at all.
Yeah.
And especially being in Alaska when it's cold, I know you guys double glove often. So if that as the, outer layer, you put your liner underneath, that'd be perfect too.
Yep, exactly.
Nice.
And so the other thing that I was working on yesterday, hold on, let me bring that up.
Now, can I ask you, is the pattern by a Ukrainian individual?
No, I don't think this one is.
Okay.
But this one that I'm about to show you is, but you can only find it on on Etsy.
Oh,
and I'm just going to let you guys know that finding so right now there's a lot of people posting on Etsy things. And if you want to support a Ukrainian individual, the best way to do that, honestly, is to support them through their Etsy thing, because that money goes. Yep. But also just to be aware that there are also a lot of fake people. Like I found one lady posting a bunch of children's art that on her description says, my Ukrainian son drew these pictures, but then when you go to look at where they're located, they're in the United Kingdom. They're not in the Ukraine.
I don't like that.
Yeah. So I'm like, I'm not going to buy that to support you. But I spent a lot of money the last couple weeks on Etsy buying patterns.
Nice.
So
great way to support. Great way to support.
Exactly. So this is not the pattern, by the way.
Okay.
Because the piece to Ukraine flags, this lady is astounding in how she in her designs. Like,
that looks awesome.
Yeah. But the thing is that the way that a Ukrainian designer writes crochet patterns is confusing to me, but that's also because I'm not good at reading crochet patterns.
Oh, is it a language barrier, or?
I honestly don't think so. I think it's just that I'm not good enough at reading patterns. Like, she even has charts for this. Yeah.
Crochet. Okay.
She even has charts for this.
I can't crochet.
Yeah. So instead, what I pretty much just did was took her cast on number. Okay. And I took her basic design and I just kind of went from there. So I'm still calling these that these are her Ukraine mitts, but so I did 3 different iterations. This one I liked the least. I did some triple crochet with some single crochet rows in between. Okay. I don't like this one at all. This one I like.
Oh, that one's very sturdy looking.
Yes, and that's because yesterday I went to Joann's. And I have never bought this stuff before, but my sister Kelsey said that this is really beautiful. Like, she made
that crochet thread.
Yes. So my sister Kelsey made this for me. And so she told me to get this stuff, which is.
I think Knit Picks carries a line of that whole thing.
I bet you they do.
I bet you they do too. Now that you say that.
Okay.
Is it easy to work with?
Yeah, it's super easy. It almost feels like, it feels just like I'm knitting with cotton. So I wonder if this is cotton. What is this? Machine wash gentle. Oh yeah, it is 100% cotton. So
what weight is that then? Probably.
So they're calling it 0 for lace.
Okay, so a lace weight. Okay.
Yeah. And I'm crocheting this on 1.75 millimeter hook. Which
Whoa!
Yep, but it works. It works. And so these 2 together, again, because I had coupons, I spent less than $6 to get these 2. So we'll see. This first one here, I knit out of scraps that I had just laying around. Like it. So, but I didn't like the way. I haven't blocked these yet. But I wasn't really enjoying the way this looks.
I say go with the one that you like, the feel, the look, the whole thing of, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's cool. That's going to be a fun project.
Yes, because the goal on this one is we're just I'm just going to give these to my family members too, and we're going to just take safety pins and just safety pin them to our coats and things like that.
That's super cute.
So it's technically a button flag. I don't know, but it's
creative. I think it's cute.
Yeah. So just so you guys know, I am going to post on our show notes a list of Ukrainian designers, especially this one lady, which I forgot her name, but she has these incredibly beautiful sock patterns.
We love
beautiful.
the sock pattern.
Yes, and I just and so I'm gonna post a link in our show notes and on our going back to our Between Knits and Purls thing.
There you go. Yeah.
Of a list of people that I have vetted and know are in the Ukraine that are safe for you to buy from. But you don't have to buy from those ones. Just if you go on Etsy, just make sure and check where the shop is located in the world before you purchase anything.
That is a great point. Great point. Yeah. Just be safe. So,
yep. And I've got a few more things to talk about as far as FOs, but I've talked a while about those, so you talk first.
Okay, whips. I have the pleasure.
No, FOs, woman.
Oh.
Yeah, stay on topic. I told you guys I'm a biatch these days.
She's not. Did I show these last time? Okay.
Works in progress. You did.
Okay, so I did. I finished my Charming You Rusty Bucket socks, just a plain vanilla sock on a US. Did I just US? Yeah, US 1.25 millimeters. You guys, her bases are so amazing. I mean, her name is Maureen. She and I have been chatting recently. I've been helping her with different vendors locally in her area, and she's got 2 trunk shows coming up.
What?
Yes, I'm so excited for her. So excited. In fact, I'll show you later in my whips. I am doing some sample knitting for her upcoming trunk show. So that was pretty cool.
Oh.
But those did turn out super great. And I am like ready to put them on my feet right now because it's freezing.
Yep. You really should, honestly. 19 degrees, you need hand knit socks.
It is.
Yeah.
I have also finished and started my second hat, and this is called Just a Hat. It's free on Ravelry. It's a very long brimmed hat.
Oh, I like that.
But it's very gender neutral. It could go on a man. It could go on a woman. It could go whatever. So I'm going to put a big fluffy pom-pom on the top of that thing. And of course, you're not seeing it in true color, but this is Lion Brand's Fisherman Wool in their natural cocoa color. And then I have their, is it just called neutral? Like the plain bone tan color?
I think so. Yeah.
So I'm going to do a set of a hat and a matching mitten for my sisters for Christmas. And yes, I know I said I wasn't going to do that again, but I'm doing it again. So
you can't help yourself. None of us can.
But I think I'm going to do the opposite color yarn pom-pom for each hat.
Oh, I love that.
It should be a very neutral looking set regardless of whichever one it is. But this is really, it's a cool like broken rib that kind of pops off the look of it.
It really does. It really does.
And that natural lanolin, it's going to be a very warm hat. So I was excited about that.
That is my favorite. The Fisherman Wool by Lion Brand. That's my favorite of theirs. I have a couple sweaters quantities worth in my stash that I want to use.
One of is it the black and white or the neutral brown gold? And cream barber gold?
Yep. I got a sweaters quantity in that one. I love it.
So I finished that. I do have a pair of socks that I finished, and Emily can insert the photo here. It was a pair of gifted socks, and those have already gone into the mail to the recipient. For those of you, it's not my story to tell by any means, but for those of you who do know Boston Jen, who is the Downseller Studio audio and sometimes video podcast on YouTube. Her mom is going through cancer right now, cancer treatment, and I just felt like she needed a treat. So I sent her some treat stuff in the mail. So hopefully she'll get that. I don't want to spoil it.
You're amazing. You're amazing.
But, well, this is a gift. This is truly a gift for me to be able to use my hands and my creativity. I just want to share it with other people, As knitters, it's what we do.
Well, and as far as worthy recipients go, Boston Jen's mom is probably in the top 3 in the world.
Awesome.
I mean, yeah.
Truly, you guys. And I would encourage you to go. She has a Caring Bridge site. Jen has linked it over on their video YouTube podcast, which you guys should go look at. Jen does a great job. She puts a lot of effort into both her audio and her video podcast.
A lot.
But just to keep it short and sweet, we are sending love and prayers, and we just wanted to let you know that you are being thought of every single day. So,
yep. Yeah. Did you listen to her last episode? I think it was just the last one where it was Boston Jen's mom's birthday, and so Jen talked about everything they did.
It was very. You guys should go and listen to that if you haven't.
Yes, I loved that Jen sprinkled her mom's birthday gifts throughout the entire day.
She's very creative, you guys. She just has a niche for, I want to just call it the special things. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I think it's so sweet. But yeah, they've, as a family, they've had some difficulty with, their mom going through this. And again, it's not my story to tell, but so there'll be a package headed that way. So
they make me so happy. And of course, Boston Jen has been on our show as well. And she honestly, one thing I just want to put out there, Jen, is you should probably no, never mind. I'm going to stop there because I remember what she said. She's not taking on any new project. She's not even designing this year. So never mind. I'm going to be quiet.
Let's just say she can always come back on the show if she wants.
Yes. But I have a basket full of finished projects here.
Let's see.
So I talked at length about this on my where is my thing here? Sorry.
Oh, you're fine. Guys, what is going on with this?
I like it. You kind of look a little 90s.
Good thing I was born in the 80s.
Yeah. But on episode 56, I talked about this ad nauseum because this is the Little Sprite sweater by Wool and Honey, and I ended up having to redesign or fix their pattern to a degree that it made me incredibly angry because I, in good faith, bought their kit and everything, and when you do that kind of thing, you expect that the pattern will be ready. But anyway, that being said,
cute.
It turned out amazing. It's so soft. We love the colors. I love the cable, which I don't love cabling, but this was good.
Hey, if it's only one cable, for sure.
I'm good there. And I love this little placket thing going on here.
No, is that offset on the neck?
Yeah. So there we go. Now you can see. Maybe. Hold on. Sorry.
Yeah. That is going to be so cute.
Yeah. So
a little pair of jeans and a diaper butt.
I can't wait. So unless my baby is born a butterball, I don't, even though they only have one size for this pattern and it's newborn. To me, this is not a newborn size, but I could be wrong.
So cute.
Yeah. So cute. I'm thinking this is more of a 2 to 3 month size, probably. Maybe. Once he fattens up a little bit. Yeah. But we'll see.
How much is he weighing right now, or have they said?
Let me triple check because.
Sorry, totally off topic, but I just threw that in there.
No. I have it in my notes.
Look at you.
So right now, baby size, he weighs 1.75 pounds.
Oh my gosh.
And I've only gained 7 pounds this pregnancy, but my doctor says that I was kind of in a good place because I was a little plump before I got pregnant.
Your body's absorbing that.
Yes, he is feeding off of my plump storage. So
Go for it.
yeah. So because I was super scared because all my other friends that are pregnant right now, they've gained like 20 odd pounds at this point.
Sure.
And I was like, well, I've only gained 7. Yeah. So I was crying to my nutritionist that works at the OB office. And she's like, actually, Emily, for your kind of body, we only really want you to gain 15 to 20 the entire pregnancy.
Different. Everybody's different.
Yeah. Well, so I think I'm on par for that. But
that's going to be so darling. I just can't even stand that.
Yeah. I totally have forgotten what yarn I'm using. So I just got to pull this out really quick.
That's the Wool and Honey kit, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And so I am using Big Bad Wool. Cute. In their sheepish colorway. No, in the Wee-Paka color, in the Wee-Paka base, which is they call it washable wool, and where is it? 50% washable wool and 50% baby alpaca.
So it's not super wash; it's washable. Okay, I don't know that I've heard it that way before.
Me neither, but I'm like, okay. So I'm still going to have to hand wash this, I feel like, overall. So it's all good.
Yeah, but you know how to. That's the difference, you know?
Yeah, exactly. So I'm prepared for that. Cute. And then I'm calling this done Anchor's Onesie.
Yeah.
By Petite Knit.
Yeah.
And I had to reconfigure the arms and the legs because I didn't have enough yarn. So it wasn't that the pattern was written badly. It was that I didn't have enough yarn.
Oh, okay.
So, but I love it. It's so cute. And we have these buttons. Let's see. Jeremy wants me to use these dinosaur buttons here on it, but they're too big for the holes. Wouldn't that go great? Look at that.
You know, I had some for my daughters, and they were the same type of thing. They were little ballerinas. They were darling on the sweater. We never buttoned them once because you could not get them through the buttonhole.
Right. And that's what I'm afraid of. Yep. So I did buy these little sheepy ones that are a tiny bit smaller. They're just small enough to be able to fit through the holes, I think. But I'm scared. I've never sewn on my hand knits before, besides from a couple buttons here and there for a sweater my size. So my niece has promised me that she will put on the buttons. So I'm waiting to get together with my niece to do that.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. So I'm still calling it done, even though
for sure.
Even though if he were to wear this now, he'd be flashing all of us.
Just a little air. It's good. It's good.
Yeah. So, and this was knit. Well, I know this was Christmas confetti colorway.
Something dog. Something
long dog yarn. Was that who it was?
Maybe.
Could be.
Maybe.
Yeah. Jeremy still thinks it looks like clown barf, right, honey?
What's that?
You
it's
still
called
think
confetti.
Yes. You still think his sweater looks like clown barf?
Yeah, or a secondhand birthday cake or something like that.
You're mean. He's gonna love it on the baby though. And then I did knit up 2 pairs of.
Oh, those are cute.
Yes, 2 pairs of itty bitty teeny weeny socks. That's the actual name of the pattern.
That is so cute because Emily texted me and she was like, "Hey, did you use a pattern for when your girls had, or when you had your girls?" And I was like, "I got to be honest, I didn't knit a single pair of socks for my babies. What's wrong with me?"
Well, to tell you the truth, I can totally understand that because from everything I'm understanding, they kick them off within 5 seconds of having them on.
Without hesitation, they do. They always do.
Crazy. So I probably should be concentrating more on like mitts for his hands so he doesn't scratch his face.
Yeah. Now I did do those, and they're just like the little round mitts.
Yeah.
And then just a cuff on the end. Those I did do a bunch of for my girls, so they didn't scratch their face. Yeah.
Yep. So, and Jeremy requested those, so I've added that to my list of things to knit for baby. But
okay, that's a good idea.
Yep. So I don't know how many more socks. My goal was to knit 6 pairs of newborn socks for him.
Yeah.
Who knows if I'll get that many done, but I'm pretty happy I got 2 done.
I love
And
it.
this is
Is it bad that I'm putting my socks on right on camera? They
no,
look
it's smart.
so
They
good.
look amazing. And it goes with your camo.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to put anything on because it's Saturday and I've just had to cook for 65 boys. Look.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Emily was so cute today, and don't kill me for saying this. She's like, I'm gonna get on the show, but I gotta go find pants. And I said, who needs pants? Who needs pants? Come on now.
I know. Because I've been walking around this whole morning. I kept on telling Jeremy, I don't want to wear pants. They hurt my belly.
We live in an era of video. Nobody needs pants. That should be the episode.
Yep.
Who needs pants? So funny.
Should I take mine off now?
There you go. Whatever makes you work. That's what I say. Whatever makes you feel good.
Well, and plus, okay, maybe this is TMI, but I've noticed now with my pregnancy belly, like, I'm sweating around the band of my pants all the time.
Oh, because it's like tighter type of thing.
Yeah. And it's so uncomfortable. So as soon as I can take off pants.
Who needs pants?
Yeah. Who needs pants?
Who needs pants? Episode title right here.
There you go. Okay. But those are done. And then I did complete 3 hats on my knitting machine, and for the project down along.
Nice.
I did finish another pair of socks, but I have gifted all of those things. So I made a video right before I gifted them.
Perfect.
So I'll insert that here. Oh my gosh, this video is going long.
Good morning, everyone. So I'm about to go to the funeral for Jeremy's beloved grandma. And I have a few presents that I finished this weekend for his siblings that I wanted to show you, since I won't have them when I'm podcasting with Stephanie the next time we meet. The first one is a pair of socks that I designed that I started for Jeremy's sister Jess back in spring of 2021. And oh my gosh, my hair's a mess. Ugh, oh well, whatever. And what I did, I used online super sock in 6-ply, which is a DK weight. And I knit this on US size 2, and I did a whole bunch of different types of ribbing on it because I wanted it to be nice and sturdy and comfy for her to work on the farm that she has. So at the cuff, I did 1x1 ribbing for 1.5 inches, and then the rest of the sock I mainly did 2x2 ribbing. At the heel, I did a heel flap, but I did it in 2x2 ribbing, and I held a strand of mohair lace with that, and then I did the heel turn. I had to figure out the numbers on the heel turn and everything, and after I did the heel turn, that's when I dropped the mohair lace. And then I continued with the 2x2 rib on the top and nothing on the bottom, straight stocking knit on the bottom. And then I did a toe with the mohair lace again, held with it, and Bob's your uncle. There you go. There's socks. I had knit the first sock, and I had knit the cuff, the 1x1 rib of the second sock, and then I just set it aside and I didn't touch it. And so Saturday morning I picked up the second sock, and I had knit through that day through the heel and the heel turn, and by the time I was finished with the heel turn, because I was having to remember all of my calculations and everything, I was exhausted, so I stopped. And then I got up super early Sunday morning. I got up at 6 with the dog, and I just busted this out. So I actually calculated out that it took me 7.35 hours to do one sock. So it is, so if my calculations are correct, that is 14.70 hours for both socks. And just so you know, on Ravelry, I decided to keep really good notes on this one because I'm not writing this up as a pattern. But if you want to knit these, I will flash across the screen the name of my project. Just follow along with my notes on my project page and you can knit these up at a DK weight yarn too. Any DK weight yarn will work. And I feel like the mohair lace on the heel and the heel turn and on the toe will really help. If you're feeling like you wear out your socks a lot on the, what do they call it? The ball of the foot, just add the mohair lace there too if you want. Or go do the slip one knit one technique that a lot of people do on that area just before you hit the toe. I think that will work just as fine. So I'm really excited to give this to Jess. I know these will come in very handy. And she lost her beloved horse 2 weeks ago, and now she's lost grandma. So I really want to make sure that she gets that. Then I decided I wanted to make her a hat out of the leftover of the online super sock on my knitting machine. I'm not so sure how successful this was. I ended up having to make, I think, a total of 6 hats, but I didn't actually finish 6 hats. I scrapped half of them because they were just absolutely horrible, or I ripped out the ones that I had been knitting because I wanted to reuse the yarn, which happened twice while trying to make her this hat here. So I used the super sock here, and it's double thickness, and then I couldn't figure out the contrasting for the brim because I didn't have enough of the super sock to do the whole hat in one. And so this was super frustrating because I only have half my yarn stash here, so I had to figure it out based off of what I had. So I ended up breaking into some yarn that I'd gotten on Black Friday to knit for Jimmy. And I'm not so sure how much I like it. I don't know how much she'll like it. It actually looks a little bit cute on me, but I forgot to take a picture of it, and I'm not messing up my hair because it's just now starting to get into place where I want it. So I'm not gonna mess it up by putting on a hat. But it was interesting. I still was struggling with the gauge on my knitting machine, my Centra knitting machine, when I knit this one up. And so you can see a little bit, I don't know if you can see, but that to me looks wonky, like the stitches are not right. But unfolded, this is what it looks like unfolded. And so I'm gonna give that to her today. And then I had some Wool of the Andes worsted weight in, oh, I forgot the colorway. I'll flash it across the screen. Watson's really looking at us, guys. So I knit her husband John one as well, and this is the best one. This one's still a tiny bit damp, but this is the best one that I did on the knitting machine yesterday. And so if you guys have a knitting machine, Centra, just know that worsted weight Andes, Wool of the Andes from Knit Picks, knits up like a dream. Seriously, a dream. Like, I don't know if you can see, but I don't really feel like there's any gauge problems or anything. I mean, I guess you could call that maybe a gauge problem, but just beautiful. And I wish I had some Wool of the Andes that I had done her hat in now. So I might end up doing that and sending along in the mail some other hats for her. But this is also double thickness. I tried a whole bunch of different techniques yesterday, trying to figure out the best way to do a two-toned hat. One time I used waste yarn to start and finish my hats. Don't need to do that. That's just an way extra level of detail that really you don't need. But I figured out, for me, what I like is cast on the hat, do 40 40 rounds in the colorway that you want at the crown of your head, then 50 rounds of the contrasting color or the color you want on the brim, and then go back to, so you can see because it's double thickness, another 40 rounds of the original color. And then of course you cast off and you cinch everything up. I don't have enough yarn to make pom-poms. I don't have fake pom-poms that aren't in use in other projects, so that kind of disappoints me. But one other hat that I finished yesterday, this one was totally just, I guess I was just trying to figure things out. I have a lot of, oh my goodness, what's it called? Neuro fingering weight. And I thought I would see what my Centra knitting machine did if I knit with fingering weight held double. And so I caked up, I made sure that the cakes were both even as far as gram weight. And so I caked up, I split a cake in half. So each cake for my Neuro had 52 grams. And then I just held the yarn double. And so we've got some barber pooling, some not barber pooling, but, and I went to town. Now I have no idea if it's because of the Neuro content, like the silk content within the Neuro yarn, or if it's because I held it double, but do you guys see the bias that's going on? Maybe you'll see it better if I fold this back up. And I ended up with 120 rounds. No, actually that's a lie. I ended up with 132 rounds before I ran out of yarn. And so that's what this hat turned out to be. And it was super wonky when it came off the Centra machine. And so I soaked it. I put it in the spinner. In my washing machine, it has just a spin cycle, which I absolutely love because I do that on all my knits now instead of just trying to towel dry my hand knits after I wash them. Anyway, but then even after that, I felt like it still wasn't good enough. And so I threw it in the dryer for 15 minutes and it tightened everything up a little bit, but not great. But do you see? Okay, let's see if you can see the bias now. Do you see the bias now? So that one's a little interesting. Jeremy actually really loves how it feels on his head, so this might, even though it doesn't look really good on him, it doesn't look really great on me either. I definitely look like a hippie when I'm wearing this one, when I put this on last night and wore it around the house. But you know, there's that. So and then I've got a couple more projects that I finished this weekend that I need to grab before I can show.
I know. I was just gonna say my battery's blinking at me.
Oh no! Do we need to pause for a second?
Yeah, except I left my charger at the school, so.
Oh boy.
Anyway.
Okay. There we go.
Anyway, we'll make
all
it.
right. So yes. So now, what's this you're saying about knitting for a trunk show?
So I am knitting for Maureen, and she, for those of you guys who do not know, Charming You. She has beautiful yarns that she hand dyes, and she is going to be doing a trunk show in her area shortly. And I am doing, and I'm not going to pronounce this because I'm going to butcher
right?
it, right? But it's beautiful, and I love it. And it's like this little wave pattern with garter stitch. So I'm doing it in her colorway that is called Sea Glass.
Ooh, look at that.
Right? Blues, greens, everything you would think of when you think sea glass.
It goes with the shirt I'm wearing.
It totally would. Totally. So it's a garter ridge with a slip stitch on this end, and then the lace that grows with the pattern. One way.
That reminds me of the pattern that Knit One Windy designed a long time ago, like 15 years ago, I bet.
Yeah.
But I knit that one up too, and I loved it.
So
yeah, so this is.
Yeah, so I am knitting that for her and just trying to help her out with her trunk show. I'm super excited for her. I think it's going to be awesome.
So is that just going to take one skein?
Yes, it's a 1 skein shawl. So it should be right around 425-ish is what it's looking like.
Perfect.
So yeah, I think it'll knit real good. And then the
Yeah.
only other thing I'm knitting on is my mittens, and I'm so excited. I did end up taking the chanterelle mushroom color out. It's a beautiful color. It just was not the right color. So I added in the frost, which has a slight gray blue color to it.
Yep.
And it's working up just perfect.
It's so beautiful.
So much
my
fun.
Gosh. Yeah.
And I'm doing it on DPNs just because for me, it helps with that thumb to cross with that float.
Yep.
I don't often do it, but I do. So.
Yep. And you've gotten 1.5 repeats done of the chart?
Of the trees. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, she said, so here's mine.
Yeah,
so
let's look at yours.
Well, I haven't gone any further because I've been working on the Ukrainian mitts. But so I'm only halfway through the first chart repeat. I haven't even, just literally put in the stitch markers to demarcate where the thumb increases are going to go. But I don't think I've done any thumb increases
There's
yet.
my thumb right there.
That's so pretty.
It's going to be really pretty. It's almost like it reminds me of like polka dots.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I chose to go with acrylic yarn from Knit Picks, and it's working up really beautiful. Like, I love colors. I know, right? And the pop, the way the ribbing is popping, I just absolutely love it. So,
right.
But she says that that the mitts are meant to the cuff is meant to be folded up.
Yeah.
I'm just like, not in Alaska, girlfriend. That needs to go underneath the coat to keep you as warm as possible.
But I tell you what, it's a cute conversion option. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh man, that looks so good. I'm
so excited.
Oh. Okay, so wait. So not because the new yarn is not the same as base or company as the other.
It is
right?
the same base. I did go ahead and I went back. I just didn't order through the same company. I found, of course, I don't even have it on me. I can put it down in show notes or link it below. But I found a shop that had it more local to me, and then they had a free shipping coupon. So I just nabbed it up real quick and got the frost.
There you go. Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm using Brava from Knit Picks in sport weight.
I have not used their sport. I've only ever used their worsted, maybe.
I'm loving it. Like,
it's very cool. It's very cool.
Yes. And, we've discussed this, I think, last show where I said that I was nervous about how acrylic yarn would interact with Farrow knitting. Guys, it's doing really good. Yeah. I would just say that you want to make sure that your floats are a little extra loose.
Smart. Because, again, you can't block it out. It's going to be what it's going to be.
Yep. And so, actually, I'm glad that I did these piece mitts first because the floats were so long, and this too is acrylic, that I learned my lesson because my first mitt is actually a smaller because it shrunk up. So,
cool.
So, and see, can you guys see the little puckering here and there? Where on the blue?
Very slightly.
So so this was the first mitt I knit, but there's no puckering on the second one because I learned my lesson that acrylic needs a little extra for the floats.
Smart. Yeah. I like that. And again, these are by Sofia of Kammeborn. And if you guys have not watched her podcast, you are truly missing out on an art piece because that is mind-blowing.
Yes. And she has a matching hat now to go with this that I want.
Oh, I know.
And I have enough of the yarn that I bought to do it. So
I know. Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
So tough.
Okay, so for me, I cast on the Little Sisters. Wait, Little Sprite sweater? No, that's not it. Sorry. Hold on.
Little Sister Romper.
Yes, by Petite Knit.
So cute.
And I was doing great. I knit the front placket. This is the front placket.
Yeah.
Because it starts from the bottom, the little bum area, and works up.
Okay.
And then, of course, the bum placket, or whatever you want to call it, the bum flap, something like that.
Yeah, it's a flat. Yeah.
Yeah, is obviously bigger.
Mm-hmm.
And I was doing great until I joined them in the round. And then that's when things went bad quickly. I have ripped out and reknit, trying to get this right at least 4 times. And I am not getting it right. And I don't understand if I'm just not reading the pattern right.
Darn it.
Or what. But I'll probably try this again this weekend. But I did put it in timeout this week. Because I just
got a lot of projects going. It's okay.
Yeah.
That's
and I'm
good.
knitting this out of my own hand dyed. You guys all voted on this on Instagram.
That was a good one.
Yeah. So this is a lot more rustic wool.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm really glad that you guys chose this one because, first off, I mean, you guys didn't realize that you were choosing the one that I had hand dyed. But
It's
second
beautiful.
off, being rustic, I feel like it will help him kind
Get
of
used to
acclimate.
wool. Yeah.
Yeah. So I like that. Are we going to lose you soon? How are we doing? Because you're looking worried.
Probably.
Okay, I'll be super fast then. My last on-the-go project. My last on-the-go project is the Ziggy Blanket by Wool and Honey.
Yes.
Also out of Big Bad Wool.
That's
and I've got I've got it all laid out on how I'm going to knit it up in the coordinating colors. But you can't get this pattern on Ravelry. But I did knit up a pattern that is almost
similar.
Exactly.
Yes,
like it.
because I did one too that was the same for my nephew. Yeah.
Yep. But this is really nice. This has been my little like junk knitting.
It's super cute. And the color
Yeah.
choice, you guys, you need to follow her on her Instagram page. The colors are so pretty. So pretty.
When I pulled out the package and I showed Jeremy what it was, he says, well, that's a lot of colors.
I know, and I love it. I love it. Auntie Stephanie says she loves it. So there you go.
Good. So there we go. And I'm saving, I mean, literally, this is all the yarn that I had left from the first color. But I'm saving it because I figure with all of this.
Mend it.
Well, actually, no, I didn't think about that. So, okay, maybe I got to do that.
I
was thinking to make a hat out of all the leftovers, but no.
That'd be cute too.
Yeah.
He might love that blanket so much he puts a hole in it.
Okay, you're right. I should save it for that. Okay. So there you go.
There you go.
I think that's everything that's on my needles. I mean, I do have the second. I do have the second one
you knit.
Of these guys. Where did it go? There it is. I do have the second one of these guys, but I'm in the middle of a round. I just barely started the dove.
Yeah.
It's all a mess.
It's good.
Yeah. But I do get burnt out on this because the needles are so small. So the main mitt is knit on US 4s, and the ribbing top and bottom is knit on US 2s.
Yeah.
On worsted weight. So it's
tight. Yep.
It can hurt my hands a lot.
Yeah.
So
I gotcha. Well, before I lose you all, have a wonderful week. And just in case you forgot, don't forget that life happens between knits and purls. See you guys next time.
Bye, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Bye.